and welcome to the 14th race of the Nascar Microsoft Cup Series, coming to you live at Mid-Ohio, our second road course of the season for the Mid-Ohio Challenge 200 here. So last week, Kyle Busch got his second win of the season, and he's now your new points leader by 3 points over Ryan Newman. The battle between those two guys for the season points championship will be going on for the rest of the season and through the playoffs here. Those are pretty much the two fastest cars on the racetrack. And we'll see what they do. Kyle Busch starts in the top 10. Ryan Newman starts inside the top 20. Kevin Harvick will be your pole center. Kevin Harvick's going to be your pole center. Beside him is Earnhardt Jr. Both of them looking for their first win of the season. Behind him is Jimmie Johnson. Yeah, who already has one, currently third in points. And Dillon Jr. on the front row, currently fourth in points. But this is a race Kevin Harvick really needs because he's currently outside the top 16. He got to get in the top 16 to make the chase on points. He does not have a win, and he is 21st in points. So this race is very important to him to get back on track during the season. Pretty bad season for him going so far. A lot of outside the top 20 finishes, wrecks, and all that stuff. But he's going to try to look and bounce back to it today. So 25 laps here at Mid-Ohio, and we'll talk about more about it. Let's go downstairs for the command firing the engines.
Say it with me. Drivers, start your...
Alright, the cars are out of pit roads here. Let's go and look at this rest of the lineups here. So once again, starting on the pole is the 4 car of Kevin Harvick, beside him still Earnhardt Jr. Second row has Kasey Kahne and Jimmie Johnson. 3 Hendrick cars in the top 5 starting position. The next row has Tony Stewart and Kyle Busch. 4th row has Matt Kenseth and Kurt Busch. 5th row is Jeff Gordon and Austin Dillon. 6th row is Denny Hamlin and Joe Logano. 7th row is Clint Bowyer and Biffle. 8th row, Ryan Newman and Cole Witt. 9th row is Aric Almirola and Truex Jr. 10th row is McMurray and Keslowski. 11th row is Kasey Kahne and Kyle Larson. 12th row is Reed Source and Kyle Edwards. 13th row is Trevor Bayne and Bowman. 14th row has Menard and Stenhouse Jr. Next row has Vickers and David Dillon, followed by Gigi Yelly. And then the next row has Aric Almirola and Jeff Burton. Then we have Stenhouse Jr. and John Sonner, Michael Annett and Danica Patrick. And finally on the final row is David Reagan. Only 35 drivers here at today's race. So yeah, only 39 drivers had made the field due to the small length of the track here. So there was not enough drivers, not enough pit stops for all 42 drivers to make the field here. So some drivers wasn't able to make the field today. So 25 laps, no cautions. We had a problem with cautions here at Canadian Tire Motors West Park, so we have no cautions this race. So yeah, once again, no cautions for this race here today at Mid-Ohio. And for the rest of the season, we will have no cautions on road courses to make it the rest of the whole way. So just about set to get ready to go here at Mid-Ohio. Pace car's going to pull off pit road. There he goes. Kevin Harvick's going to control the car. And we're on the way here at Mid-Ohio. Three wide behind them. Kevin Harvick with the advantage. Dillon Jr. still fighting on the outside. He has the advantage coming to the next turn. Let's see what happens here. He clears him. Dillon Jr. to the race lead. Kyle Busch moves into 3rd place. Oh, Kevin Harvick's off the track there, and he falls back a couple of positions. Here comes Kurt Busch, looking for third place. Another car did fail behind him too. I'm trying to look and see that later. And that's gonna kill him on the pole position. He's still in third place, but that may kill him throughout the end of the race. You know, leaf of the race. Oh no, Truex Jr. has wrecked here. And that's gonna kill him in points there. Wow. We gotta see what happened with the 78 car, Truex Jr. in a moment. But Dillon Jr. does lead the first lap of the race. Alright, let's see what happened to the 78 car. Truex Jr. though it just appears to have wrecked. Oh my. So here's what happened. This happened in the back of the pack here. Truex Jr. And let's see what happens here. It looks like the 34 car. It looks like a stack up had happened here. And yeah, it was a stack up, and that ended up turning a lot of guys. Jay McMurray, Cole Witt, Carl Edwards, Reed Sorensen too. And the 35 sent the 78 over on its roof. I mean, look at this mess here. So once again, the 78 car, multiple cars involved. Carl Edwards was also a car involved. He's up there in points too, and that's not going to do him good either. But that was the rapid ball in the 78 car, multiple other cars involved too. Back up live here. Dillon Jr. remains your race leader here. Coming to lap 3 of the race. And the one car, Jimmie McMurray, has also retired out of the race. And that's exactly what he does not want to need, trying to fight up away at points. So let's go back and see what happened to the one car, Jimmie McMurray. Oh, he was. Oh, yeah, sorry about that. He was actually one of the cars involved in that wreck there, actually. So that was also one of the cars involved in that wreck. He also has retired out of the race too. See, Carl Edwards there too. He's up to the 33rd position after the incident. Kyle Busch is now catching up to the 88 car now of Earnhardt Jr. He won last week's race and looking for 2 in a row here. See Colette there too. Also, one of the drivers were involved in that first lap wreck here at this pretty much the slowest part of the racetrack there, and it's a very heavy braking zone. And we saw there, if someone gets brakes and someone else doesn't brake, it's just gonna cause a major chain reaction. And that's what happened with all those other cars with Truex. Coming to the race, the 78 car Truex Jr. was 10th in points, so this is going to kill him in points here. But once again, he has some good racetracks coming in the next couple of weeks that he can easily win with. But we'll find out. We'll find out how he'll race those other tracks. But we still have a lot more races to go before the start of the chase. And so it's one car, Jimmie McMurray too. I mean, it's not been a season that we have expected. He's currently 23. He was running 24th in points, and that's just gonna make the situation even worse for him. Two cars rear end damage to him too. We see Newman there. Unfortunately, he's currently running 17th position, but not bad. But the 18th of Kyle Busch. This is putting on a show right now for these last couple of weeks here. And he doesn't do anything anything to stop him or any of these drivers, it's going to be a pretty tough road. It'll be a pretty good calm road for the 18 car of Kyle Busch. Especially with another win added to his belt too. Once again, he was the winner also of the Martinsville race of race 6, pulling off a very good strategy that caught pretty much every single driver on the racetrack off guard, and that's what caused him to win the race at Martinsville. And this is he's gonna try to do it again here. Also got Kurt Busch in the 41 car here too. He's currently running. Let's see here. Alright, so yeah, Kurt Busch currently running the 15th position, has the win already at Rockingham. Pretty much helped them get into the help him try to advance to the chase, but he's currently 15 points right now, so he needs a couple more good finishes to get out. He's pretty much a little safe from the top 16 position, but he still needs those good finishes to get into the chase here. Also got a 48 car Jimmie Johnson here too, currently running 30 points, already has a win at Auto Club Speedway. Not really good, not really. He has won a road course race at Sonoma, but pretty much one of his only road course win, I believe, and he has a good chance of getting it here too. But strategy will be key. The thing is, strategy will be key here to win this race here, because they will be making one pit stop this race. Kasey Kahne in the 5 car, 6 in points currently. Just having solid finishes so far here, and he's just making it smooth here. He's second. Oh, excuse me. What was I about to say? He is second top of players that do not have a win here today. And he's currently 6 in points. Then we have 3 car of Austin Dillon, 2 wins this season, running 12th in the standings. 2 wins this season, a pretty good run for the 3 car of Austin Dillon. And he's going to continue to try to fight his way up until the point standings has become near the chase too. And then we also have 14 car of Tony Stewart in the fifth in points. Got a little loose there out of that turn here, but he's going to have a good season so far. He is looking pretty good potential of winning the championship. We got Jeff Gordon here in the 24 car, and 8th in points. Also have 2 wins of the season. Not a great season going for him. And in the top 10, running off the top 10 is a 20 car Matt Kenseth. He has a Daytona 500 win, but after that it's just been downhill all the way. 20th in points. A lot of work needs to be done for him in order to get him back in the top 16. Back up front here, we have the 88 car of Dillon Jr. Still in the race lead, has led all laps here so far, but look at this. Kyle Busch has really catched up to the back bumper of him right now. Look at the back here, make sure there's no wrecks going on here. Once again, those 2 cars, Truex Jr and Jimmie McMurray, are the only cars that retire out of the race there, and the rest of the cars out here have gotten repairs to their car after that first lap wreck. It seems like pretty much for both Kyle Busch and Kevin Harvick, they can really gain off when they get to the fastest part of the racetrack, they can brake very hardly and pretty much catch them. They can pretty much catch the 88 car at a very big beat, but it pretty much depends on the runoff that the 88 car gets there. Kyle Busch did gain, I believe Dillon did gain a little bit after during that lap here. Let's take a ride aboard the 88 car for this lap. comes there almost 170 miles an hour as they go to the hardest braking turn of the track. To nearly 50 miles an hour, and then they go up the hill. Next turn there. Goes to the slight S's there, brakes a little hard there to 60 miles an hour there. And then goes to pretty much the second fastest part of the racetrack here. And brakes very hard to the next corner. And takes the hard right turn there. And yeah. Actually, this is the second fastest part of the racetrack here at the front stretch. So they almost get to 150 miles an hour as they brake very hard. This pretty much depends on your brakes here. Pretty much that's all the racetracks have. All the road courses all about heavy braking here. But once they are going back to the fastest part of the racetrack once again. We see Tony Stewart and Jeff Gordon finding it out here. Pretty much single file throughout the whole field right now. I'm telling you, 18 and 4 is just trying so many ways there. The 4 car had the pole position, but he did not really get a good restart. I mean, good start into turn number 1, which pretty much messed them up going to enter the curtain, which the 88 car cleared them. And that may pretty much be the impact on pretty much winning and losing the race. So once again, the 88 car has currently only been the only car that has led the entire race. Kyle Busch had the faster lap there between the 88 and 18, but it pretty much depends on if the 18 needs to force the 88 car to force him into a mistake there, and probably just try to be aggressive here. You also need to save tires too, but he needs to be aggressive because it's gonna be coming down to the wire here. Once again, they gotta make one pit stop. And this is the corner. The 18 car has pretty much been pretty good with the 88 car, but it always depends on the runoff. Brake hard and then get the run off the corner to finish that turn. And that's what the 88 car is doing. He may not be braking like the 18 is, but he has the runoff because he's braking early, and that's what he gets him out to the lead. So he caught Edwards there in the 19 taking a spit stop. That 19 car was one of the cars that were involved in that wreck on lap number 1. And he has fallen a lap down. "11 laps completed here at Mid-Ohio. Once again, Doug Jacobs used to be a race leader. And that 19 car Ellis is the only car that is 1 lap down here. Next car that will go a lap down is the 35 car of Colette, who wrecked also in the lap 1. Here we go, 18 car of Kyle Busch. Gained a little bit over there between Dale Jr. as well as Kevin Harvick. Kevin Harvick got wide there too. That's gonna kill his lap. Currently in our standings, only one driver only one driver has won, but it's not outside top six. Well, what was I saying? Only one driver is outside the top 16 that has a win, which is Matt Kenseth there. So it pretty much will take you it depends on where you're at, but it pretty much will depend. It will really depend on if you win a race, but you have to get consistent. Guy always has to be consistent. Most have to run the top 15 pretty much the whole season to make sure to guarantee a spot in the chase. What a winner would be for the A car of Dillon Jr. there too. But I also want to tell you about the gap those two drivers, Kyle Busch and Ryan Newman, has between the rest of the whole field, because outside the top two, the third place in standings, Jimmie Johnson has a gap of a 32-point gap between Kyle Busch and Jimmie Johnson. But pretty much the whole field, pretty much the whole outside of the top 10, if you get out of from 5th from on out, they're still in the 300-point range. But those two cars are in the mid 400s. That's how good they have been throughout the whole season. But it seems like 31 car may be getting a little slump here as we come to the midway point of the season. Currently, the 31 car of Ryan Newman is running in 17th position, and if the race was finished right now, Kyle Busch would have a pretty good lead over him. 12. Yeah. About a 15. He will gain 15 points. Kyle Busch will gain 15 points over Ryan Newman, which ends up giving him an 18-point lead. And possibly Jimmie Johnson will also Jimmie Johnson in the third in points may easily get him will get him by the next few races of the finishes 31 car. So 31 car needs to get back on track like the first 12 races of the season. He'll be a pretty good contender in the chase. 13 laps into today's race here. We should be coming up to pit stops in a few laps here. Alright, so we're 14 laps in. Let's go and currently look at your top 10 rundown now. First is Earnhardt Jr., second is Kyle Busch, third is Kevin Harvick, fourth is Kurt Busch, fifth is Jimmie Johnson, sixth is Kasey Kahne, seventh Austin Dillon, eighth is Tony Stewart, ninth is Matt Kenseth, and round out the top 10 is Denny Hamlin in the 11 car. Denny Hamlin in the 11 car is pretty much having good a good season. He didn't really start well in the first few races of the season, but he has pretty much he's getting back on track now. He's outside the top 16, but you gotta watch out for him because he can easily be a big contender in the chase if he makes it. Then we also have Jeff Gordon in the 11th. 12th is Clint Bowyer, 13th is Joey Logano, 14th is Greg Biffle, 15th is AJ Almindinger, 16th Brad Keslowski, 17th Ryan Newman, 18th is Alex Bowman, 19th is Stenhouse Jr, and right up the top 20 is the 23 car of JJ Yelly. Kyle Larson in the pit road. So once again, we're coming up to the let's see what happens here. So yeah, Delta coming down pit roads for the one and only pit stop of the day here. Let's see if anyone's gonna stay out here. Also, Dillon, Tony Stewart. Looks like Matt Kenseth, the 20 car's gonna stay out. Oh no, Denny Hamlin! Whoa! And he flipped it too. We're also right in the pit road. And we were just talking about the 11 car of Denny Hamlin having good run over the last couple of races, and this is exactly what he did not want it. Exactly what he didn't want. Kyle Busch got leads on pit, has to lead off pit road. Dillon Jr. has to lead off pit road, but wow, what a turn of events there. Let's go back and see what happened. Alright, let's see what just happened here. Looks like the 11 car Denny Hamlin just made a last second decision and he just did not make it in the tire wall, and he goes up in the air on top of the wall. He's actually just like gliding in the air right now, and he just, wow. The worst part of it is that he flipped it too, so he still have to tow it. And that's gonna be a pretty long toast there. We're also back in the pack there, the 35 car of a cool wit spun around too, which had, yeah, Kurt Busch tried to get on pit road there, and then he's spinning him out. And Jimmie Johnson getting into him too, and Jimmie Johnson had damage. Wow, what a turn of the event so far. Wow. So we're back out front here. A 20 car of Matt Kenseth is currently your race leader. So you know what will be the car that does get, he's going to be the only race leader that has led a lap. Instead of except Kyle Busch, except Dale Earnhardt Jr. But here is the race, pretty much going to be the race for the win here. See Matt Kenseth there too. So the cars coming out pit road cycle is about to be done here, but this is pretty much the race for the win here. Earnhardt Jr. and Kyle Busch in 18. Kyle Busch looking for two in a row, and Earnhardt Jr. looking for his first one of the season. No matter what, it's gonna be a pretty good points day for the 88 car of Dale Earnhardt Jr. Remember that 48 car Jimmie Johnson, he got damaged when Kurt Busch spun Cole Witt, and they both got damaged, so they have fallen back well into the picture. We're waiting for the ticker to update to confirm that, and yes, that is correct. I bet you the 40 car Jimmie Johnson, that damage is impacting him after they've fallen back. Well, actually, after the ticker update, they're still running 4th and 5th, but 41 car and 48 are separated by a few seconds now. But right now, we're gonna have a 3-car race for the win here. Dale Jr., Kyle Busch, and Kevin Harvick. We'll see what happens here throughout the rest of the race here. And look at this battle here between Matt Kenseth and Austin Dillon here. Kasey Kahne behind him too. Matt Kenseth just clipped the grass there, but he made side by side with Austin Dillon, and Austin had to check up there because he was about to turn pretty much the 20 in the 5 car. Austin looks like he's gonna fight back a couple more spots too. Yes, he does. Falls back to the 8th position behind Tony Stewart and Jeff Gordon. A lot of cars did pit for repairs during that run here. We currently have most of the cars 2 laps down, and the 11 car has retired out of the race after the costly decision by him. That's just unfortunate. He was having a good run today, and that was going to help him getting the points. Now all of a sudden, he's going to be 37th now in point. 37th this race, and that's not going to help. He's going to fall back pretty much in the top 20 or something now. To Jeff Burton there in 26 car. So that's Ticker has finished updating. Look at our top 10 rundown. First still Jr., second is Kyle Busch, third is Kevin Harvick, fourth is Kurt Busch, fifth is Jimmie Johnson, sixth is Matt Kenseth, seventh is Kasey Kahne, eighth is Austin Dillon, ninth is Tony Stewart, and rounding out the top 10 is Jeff Gordon. Then we have 11th Greg Biffle, 12th AJ Almindinger, 13th 13th Joe Logano, 14th Brad Keslowski, 15th Ryan Newman, 16th is Clint Bowyer, 17th Aric Bowman, 18th Hornish Jr, 19th is JJ Yeley, and rounding the top 20 is the 46th car of Michael Annett. So some underdog teams pretty much perform well as they are running the top 20 and now how is this lap car going to impact let's see what happens here.
Are you kidding me?
I bet you this lap car is not helping Kyle Busch at all right now. Look at the lead and here goes Kevin Harvick now to the inside now. Fighting for first and second. This is exactly what the 88 car wanted. Seems like they cannot pass the lap car. And that's pretty much made an impact on how they race. Now the lead's over almost a second and a half now. And here comes the inside through the lap car here. And well, looks like he will pass him. Yeah. Now he has to start all over again. John using pretty much left for the AA car to mess up. And pretty much aggression throughout the whole race now. For the rest of the race. They'll at least have one more lap car to encounter. It'll be the 35 car of Cole Witt. And maybe the 83 car of Johnny Sauter. But I bet you the toughest car, if they get to, will be the 19 car of Cole Edwards. Just not today. It has been 32nd position. Impression who wants to go home, I can tell you that right now. So we're going to have 5 laps to go here at today's race here at Mid-Ohio. So Kyle Busch gained about a good quarter of a second. Almost a half second between the 40 of the 88 car of Dale Jr. here. So we'll see what's here. I think this turn is pretty much Kyle Busch's best turn there because he gained so much by braking. Seems like the 18 car has the faster car right now. Look at this game he has skipped. It's easier to catch up to him, but it's gonna be a different story. It's gonna be a different story to pass him. 4 laps. Let's see what Busch could do. What a catch-up he has been here, but they have another lap car you have to deal with right now. Alright, here we go, coming to 3 laps to go here. A lot can happen in 3 laps. Busch has fallen back now. We'll see. I wonder what happened to him.
Are you kidding me?
I'm not sure if Busch is able to get past Dillon Jr. Just how fast this car is with him right now. But watch how he catches him up off this braking curve. Look how hard he's braking. Pretty much gets most of his time off during that corner. And look how close he is right now, thanks to that one corner. So Dillon Jr. got a better turn off of him at that time. Oh, Dillon Jr. got a little wide there, but it still worked out. And there he goes. It seems like Busch is better in the corner, but Dillon Jr. is better out of the corner. That's what it is feeling like now. He's so good at braking, but braking doesn't really too well. It helps you stop, slows you down as the car makes you stop good. Well, let's see what can happen here. We still have 2 laps to go. So Kevin Harvick back in the picture there too. We may have to try to dive bomb here in order to get through him. But here's the Busch's best turns right here. If we can just keep him up with him, he may have a chance. They may catch up to the 19 car of Carl Ellis before they end this race here. And that may impact on who wins this race. But here's Dillon Jr.'s best turns right here. It looks like the 22 car of Joey Logano has blown an engine. We'll go, once this race is over, we'll see what happened to him. But here we go, coming to the white flag here next time by. 1 lap to go here at Mid-Ohio. Let's see if Busch has anything for him. Here comes a possible dive bomb by the 18 car of Busch. All over the back bumper of him is the 18 car of Kyle Busch. Let's see what happens here off this turn. Now to the fastest part of the racetrack for the final time, the backstretch. There he comes. Well, look how close he is on the bumper. Is there anything you can do? Looking to the outside there, but he still can't do it. Well, Carl Edwards blocked 88, the 88 car, for his teammate to win his third race. That's also we have to come in mind too. Kyle Busch a little high there. There's Kevin Harvick there now in third position. He's looking for his say. A little high there, the 88 car of Dale Jr. there, but it's not going to do anything. Final corner. It won't be enough here. Out of turn number 4, Dale Earnhardt Jr. wins the 14th race of the season at Mid-Ohio. What a race. Kevin Harvick will get 3rd. Kurt Busch will get 4th. In 5th position has Jimmie Johnson there too. What a race. Let me see the rest of the cars finish here. So once again, congratulations to the 88 car of Dale Jr. winning his first race of the season. This will absolutely help in the points. Kyle Busch will gain his points lead over Ryan Newman in the 31 car by just a little bit. Ryan Newman in the 31 car finished 14th there. Well, let's see what happened to the 22 car. Let's see what happened to the 22 car, which in this day, which is 2 laps to go, with 1 lap to go. Alright, let's see what happens here with Joe Logano. He comes off from corner here. Currently just having a pretty bad day for him. He's currently running 30th position already. So pretty not a good day, and there it goes, and that causes his engine to blow. And that's what did it. And that's what happened to a 22 car. You start spoiling the engine. Got it as far away as you can. And yeah. Alright, let's look at our finishing order here. Sponsored by Microsoft. Once again, Dale Jr. is your race winner here. 2nd is Kyle Busch. 3rd is Kevin Harvick. 4th is Kurt Busch. 5th is Jimmie Johnson. 6th is Matt Kenseth. 7th is Kasey Kahne. 8th is Austin Dillon. 9th is Tony Stewart. And right up the top 10 is the 10 car. The 24 car is Jeff Gordon. 11 is Greg Biffle. 12th is AJ Almindinger. 13th is Brad Keslowski. 14th is Ryan Newman. 15th is Clint Bowyer. 16th is Alex Bowman. 17th is Stenhouse Jr. 18th is JJ Yeley. 19th is Michael Annette. And right up the top 20 is Aric Almirola. 21st is Brian Vickers. 26th is Denny Patrick. 23rd is Kyle Larson. 24th is Blaney. 25th is Kasey Mears. 26th is Paul Menard. 27th is Rick Stenhouse Jr. 28th is Jeb Burton. 29th is David Gillen, and around the top 30 is Reed Sorson. 31st is 30th is Carl Edwards, the last car on the lead lap, barely. And you guys have the rest of the cars 1 lap down. Joe Logano had a piston issue, and the rest of the cars that wrecked, including Denny Hamlin, Truex Jr, and Jamie McMurray on the first lap. So what a good race here, good finish here today here at Mid-Ohio here. So The chase is getting closer. A lot of these drivers, most of the strong drivers finish there, but some of them may not make it. But it's all about getting finishes like all these drivers are. Next week we'll be at Michigan International Speedway, the fastest track on the NASCAR circuit for the Firekeepers Casino 400. After that, we have another road course race at Sonoma Raceway. After that, and after that, we're at Daytona. So pretty much three different kinds of racetracks here coming next week. So 2 mile racetracks, all different shapes and sizes. Michigan, Sonoma, and Daytona. We'll see you then at Michigan, the fastest track of NASCAR. Once again, Dillon Jr. is your race winner here at Mid Ohio. We'll see you then.